Excellent. Okay, everybody here? Everybody file in? You guys can get on each other's laps. It's totally fine. I won't judge. It's all good.
There's some chairs.
There's some chairs, everybody. All right, welcome everybody for another dinner with the designers. This time around, we have our well. First off, thank all of you guys for just coming out in general. So let's hear from you. Yeah, yeah. Got a great crew. How about those ribs, right? Yeah.
Awesome.
Shout out to Big Ed's Barbecue, best ribs and everything, and the ribs.
Big shout out to Matt for doing
And I got you a salad. You rabbit.
I ate it.
Rabbit. Salad was good. Yeah, you know, rabbit.
I got my shots.
Nice. So, guys, we're excited to have you out for another dinner with designers, and the designers this time being from Dave Morrison from ISO Acoustics. Yeah, Dave! Yay! Merrill from Merrill Audio. Yay! Somewhere's my dad, but who knows where he's at. Hey, Dad!
He's washing the dishes.
Hey, he got to earn his keep over here. Yeah, make yourself useful, Dad. Good job. Good job. And then we have our friends over at Focal Name. Yeah! What are you doing hiding back there? We're going to grill you guys. Come on. Great thing. So, this time around, folks, we've got, well, basically isoacoustic product under almost everything in this house. So Dave reached out to me a while. Well, actually, we just always knew each other in general. And we first met Dave back at the old VPI house. We had a pair of Kef blades. We liked them. They were good. Then Dave comes over, and it's like, oh, we're doing this whole isoacoustic thing. Like, oh, here we go. Here's some hocus pocus of throwing underneath there. And not even like 1 second in, they put it on. Now, mind you, the reason I'm saying that is because I was one of the guys that had to lift the speaker, so I didn't like this guy already for making me have it to work. So, we moved the blades, we put the feet on there, and what was that, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Yeah, 4.
3, yeah.
Yeah, and those feet are still on the blades. We'll never take them off. And what's even crazier, and I'm actually one of the reasons I'm glad for this event is because we put the isoacoustic feet on every speaker in this house. Every one of them sounds better. The Gershman acoustic speakers, they've never sounded this good. And I liked them beforehand. So it's like, my dad said, we got to get them back here. They've never heard their speakers before. The Focals, and you guys will hear this demo in a second. The Paradigms, all the Ridos downstairs, everything. And what's really cool, I want to, just praise you another second. We're in Munich. My dad and I are out there. We're jet lagged. We're so shot. And he's so enthusiastic because, he had already gone through the jet lag. And he's just going on about, come on, you got to hear it. And I was like, and I love Dave. I'm like, damn it, Dave. I really don't want to hear this. I'm so jet lagged. And we sat there like, okay, he's so enthusiastic. Let's, what you guys all do with me, you humor me because I'm being so enthusiastic. So, so I'm humoring Dave. My dad and I are sitting there, and he put on Pink Floyd. He's doing the demo. And again, not even 1 second. I'm like, holy crap! So, isoacoustics cures jet lag. No, seriously, we heard it immediately. Just the sound stage and everything with that. So we thought it was a meaningful demo, a meaningful improvement. And like I always say, there's a lot of product in the world. And to me, if it doesn't make the system sound bad, it's different. So fine, that's the whole thing. But if it's a noticeable difference where you're like, whoa, that just took... I'm happy here, and this item didn't bring me here. I'm still here, but those feet just brought me here. And I feel, and we've all done listening here and everything, and which actually is a little segue into Merrill Audio, because you'll notice that underneath all of his amps, he's using isoacoustics. Now, Merrill's someone we've known forever. Actually, I feel like
since you were born. Yeah.
Since I was born.
Yep.
He was there. They were like, whoa.
That was what, 8 years ago?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so with Merrill, we've always loved his equipment to begin with. We like that dynamics, that fast sound, that just, engaging in general. And so we're really excited to have him out here and have that marriage already with isoacoustics. And, hey, it makes a sonic difference. We've used your stuff many times at Capital Audio Fest, so we'll be, come on, make the drive. We're using that, and I guess we see you down there because we're having as well. So yay for Merrill on that, and then who else is here? Oh yeah, Larry. So yay for Larry, yeah. Larry's our dealer with Distinctive Audio. We actually did an event with Larry a few weeks ago using Merrill and Genesis speakers. So anyway, that's enough of me talking. And actually, I just want to throw out there really fast that this is the first time I've had a chance if you haven't had a chance to yet, go to the back room, listen to the name and Focal equipment. Focal we always knew was cool. We've done enough shows in the past. They're like, yeah, Focal. But name, we just haven't had that experience. And it wasn't until Munich, that demo, we were like, whoa, this is pretty good. We don't really know anything about it. We like this. And in that room back there, everyone's got balls. That's like, I like a lot of bass. I like that hit and everything else. I played the trombone when I was younger, and bam. So I'm going to put you guys in the spot also up here so you can also, like, tell us why it's happening. Like, oh, yeah, make you work. So now I'm going to pass the stage over to Mr. Marson to tell us a little bit about what he's got here. So, yay!
Good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to be here. And it's wonderful to just drown in Matt's energy, isn't it? That alone's reason enough to come, isn't it? So listen, I'd love to take this opportunity to describe to you the isoacoustics philosophy, how things work. And we'll go through some things and we can answer questions afterwards. But let's start off with a real 101, just to make sure that we're all on the same page and kind of seeing things from the same light, okay? So I think we'd all agree that we've heard or that we believe that when a speaker's cone is driven forward, the cabinet moves back. The net result is something less than that excursion forward, and so there's losses. You've heard the expression about bass being sucked out, or there's energy lost. So that's not a good thing. And so we strive to deal with that with any kind of speaker placement. So we might put a speaker on a surface. But now we're concerned about exciting that surface. So if it's a bookshelf, a speaker on a bookshelf. If it's a floor standing speaker on the floor, you might be exciting the floor and giving off dissonant sound. Next thing, we might have a more dense floor, concrete, granite, steel, something heavier, heavy shelf, and we're trying to mitigate that, exciting that floor, but we still have structure-borne noise that's going through the floor, causing anomalies in the room, upsetting your neighbors. Okay? So what's the direction? Where do we go with that? So you might find that you're putting something underneath your speaker. It might be something like a cone or a spike or something else. You're trying to concentrate the energy into points to try to mitigate the engagement with that surface, but in fact there's still the mechanical connection there. So I think everybody's aware that we can excite a floor, we can have that structure-borne noise, but let me share this with you, and many people will know this, that a speaker sitting on a surface has an internal reflection that comes back up inside. And you can think of that like the pipe bolted to the wall, you hit it with a hammer, the vibration goes down, hits the wall, and the inversion comes back. So that's introducing smear back up into the speaker. But even more than that, any artifacts that are similar in both channels, we perceive them to be in the middle, so the soundstage collapses and becomes two-dimensional. And we go to we do testing in the NRC in Ottawa. The first thing we do every time we go up is we go into the anechoic chamber. We run a sweep frequency through a speaker on spikes.
Ducking down didn't help him at all.
And we use that as a reference. And then we use all of our products and we exchange them, run the same sweep frequency, and the variances tend to be less than 0.3 of a dB. So there's total coherence. In fact, the variance from run to run can be in the neighborhood of 0.3. So introducing our isolators will create no coloration at all. And to me, that's critical. But you'll find people on the internet doing much the same test and saying, I don't see any change, so you're not getting anything. Well, my friend, you're using the wrong tool because you don't want to colorize. You shouldn't be seeing it across the audio spectrum. But if you use your ears, hopefully you're going to hear the difference that's happening there. And everything that we're talking about today is actually timing. It's not changing the coloration. It's not changing the spectrum. It's timing. Let me give you an example that you might be able to connect to. We were invited to the Boston Symphony by John Stork. People know who John Stork is? John Stork did the original Jimi Hendrix Electric Lady in New York. And he's the founder of WSDG. They have offices around the world. They design and build acoustic spaces. And he invited us to the Boston Symphony. they just renovated the control room, and they asked us to put the Gaias under the B&W speakers. So there are 6 people from the Symphony and 6 people from WSDG. We listened to a James Taylor vocal, and we listened to an orchestral piece that they were working on. And as soon as we put the Gaias underneath, you could hear the sound stage open right up. And the reason why it was so exciting for them was that they weren't aware of how collapsed their sound stage was. They've got over 40 microphones and Decca trees above the orchestra, and they're very attuned to the shape of the orchestra. And they were mixing, as one engineer described it, their phantom image was projected against the pane of glass. And now somebody's opened the window, it's got depth. So think of one of the microphones above an orchestra, above the section, cellos. There might be 4 other microphones that are also picking up the cellos, and these are timing differences between these microphones. We're not talking coloration here, we're talking timing and phase. Remember I was describing those artifacts that come back up? So any artifacts that come back up that are similar are collapsing the sound stage, and it becomes 2-dimensional. You open that up, and it becomes like a 3-dimensional envelope. So they're mixing now, and they're describing it as being a 3-dimensional space that they're working faster and with greater confidence because they're hearing in that 3-dimensional space. Okay? So what I'd like to do is, we've got 2 sets of speakers here. The white ones are on the Gaia ones. The black ones are on the spikes as they're shipped from the manufacturer. We've got Merrill's boxes in the front. And all we're doing is switching the speaker leads. So we're not dealing with any channels, any differences, and so on.
Oh wait, I feel like I
We're
should
going
do
back
a
and
close-up.
forth.
Okay.
Okay?
Show them all. Vocal speakers.
There's a green light here, and when the green light goes on, we're on the Gaias, and when the green light goes off, we're on the spikes. Okay, so see if you can hear the sound stage, see if you can hear the clarity of the bass happening as I transition back and forth.
What record are we using?
Pardon me?
What record?
Steely
Steely Dan? Oh, that will totally kill this video. Okay, so copyright. So
Wait, is it Facebook?
oh yeah, Facebook Live right now.
Yeah,
So
but you should be okay. It's YouTube.
oops. Oh no, Facebook's ruined me also. So I was gonna go back here and end with some words. All right, guys. So first off, I would just like to say, Eric and both of you are too busy cracking me up, making me shake the camera. So good job. So when you go back and look at this video, it'll be because of the instigators on Facebook who wanted me to yell bullshit for $1. I just yelled it, so I want my $1. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this off for a bit. I'll pop it back on when Merrill talks, but I hope all of you awkward. Yeah, right, Kari? So I hope all of you get out to the VPI house at some point. I'll pop this back on in a little bit when Merrill's talking. But again, so we've got the isoacoustic, Merrill Audio, and Focal Name event over at the VPI house today. And if you're in the Jersey area, or you say, screw it, I'm just coming down to Jersey, you should definitely do that. So talk to you all soon. Hope you all enjoyed. And stay tuned for the next live stream.